In July 1993, a Malaysian politician named Datuk Mazlan Idris vanished. He was last seen driving to the home of a woman who promised him power, Mona Fandey, a former pop singer turned spiritual healer. Days later, his car was found parked outside Mona's house in Raub, Pahang. Inside, nothing looked unusual. But when police searched the backyard, they noticed fresh cement, uneven and new. Beneath it, they uncovered something no one in Malaysia would forget. In 1993, Malaysia woke up to a story that sounded more like a nightmare than a crime. A politician named Datuk Mazlan Idris had vanished. No ransom, no struggle, just absence. Datuk Mazlan Idris wasn't just any politician. He was ambitious, charismatic, and respected within his party. A rising figure in Malaysia's United Malays National Organisation, or UMNO. Before politics, he'd worked in finance, known for sharp suits and careful words. In his hometown, people called him approachable, a man who shook every hand twice. But like many chasing power, he wanted more. Whispers say he believed success required something beyond strategy. That's when he heard of Mona Fandey, the woman said to have helped others climb higher. To understand the story, you have to know Mona Fandey. Before her name became a warning, she was a singer. 1980s pop, sequins, stage lights, magazine covers. Her voice was sweet, her charm magnetic. Mona began offering spiritual services, talismans, blessings, and rituals for those in power. Politicians, businessmen, and celebrities came quietly to her door. They said she could make you untouchable, that she could open paths others couldn't see. Datuk Mazlan believed. He wanted to rise higher in politics, to become more than just a local assemblyman. He heard Mona could give him that edge through a cleansing ceremony. He agreed to pay 500,000 ringgit for it, part in cash, part in a luxury Mercedes. On the night of July 18, 1993, he went to her home for the final ritual. She asked him to sit on the floor, a bowl of water before him, flowers, candles. She told him to close his eyes, lean back, and wait for blessings to descend. Then, steel flashed. A parang struck his neck. In seconds, the ritual turned to murder. For days, no one knew where Datuk Mazlan Idris had gone. His phone was unanswered. At first, colleagues assumed he'd left town quietly. Politicians sometimes did. But when meetings were missed, concern turned to suspicion. Police began tracing his last known movements. They found records of a visit to Mona Fandey's home in Raub, Pahang. Her name was already familiar to local officers. Rumored to serve clients in politics and business, a small team was sent to investigate. At the house, everything seemed ordinary. Then one officer noticed something behind it, a patch of soil, uneven and freshly cemented. When police began digging behind Mona Fandey's home, they hit something solid beneath the fresh layer of cement. At first, they thought it was debris. Then came the smell, thick, unmistakable. Buried 6 feet deep, wrapped and arranged, was what remained of Datuk Mazlan Idris. He had been dismembered, his head severed by 3 parang strikes, and his body divided into pieces. Reports differ on the exact count. Some say 14, others 15. Official court records mention 18. But whatever the number, one thing was certain. It was deliberate. Each part placed carefully beneath the floor, the cement poured evenly, as if to seal the act itself. Forensic experts found no signs of resistance, no wounds on his arms or hands. They believed he never saw it coming. He sat, eyes closed, trusting the ritual. And in that trust, he died. When Mona was arrested, she didn't cry. She didn't beg. She smiled for cameras, wearing bright lipstick and silk scarves. Reporters said she waved like a celebrity at a premiere. In court, her calm unnerved everyone. She joked with guards. She told photographers to take her good side. In 2001, she was executed by hanging, along with her husband and assistant. But death didn't end her story. People still whisper about her smile, her poise, and her final words. A rumor spread that she didn't die on the first attempt, that her body still moved, or that she smiled once more before the curtain fell. There's no proof of it, no document, no witness who stands by it today. Just whispers passed down. The kind of story that refuses to fade. Maybe that's fitting for someone who once said, "I will never die." Some even claim to have seen her shadow in dreams or in the quiet corners of that old house. Mona Fandey became more than a murderer. She became a mirror, showing how easily faith and ambition twist into something unrecognizable. A story where fame, magic, and politics collided, and left behind silence that still hums beneath Malaysia's memory.